Welcome back, guys, to yet another World of Warcraft video on this channel. Today we are going to go over the work order system. Something that a lot of people have been asking about is how to work it. There's a lot of questions that always come in about this this pretty new system. You know, it came out with Dragonflight. It's something that a lot of people are still figuring out. I know there are guys out there already, but since I get the question a lot, it's also something that I want to, hopefully apply a little bit of knowledge to some of you guys for. Now, before we do get into the video, I want to make sure that you guys drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel. And I want to give a thanks out to all the patrons over on Patreon supporting me all the time. There's been actually a bunch of Dragonflight updates, and there will be a bunch more. So if it's something that you guys are interested in, TSM groups, sniping lists for Point Blank Sniper and Auctionator, or maybe some alt army gold making, that is also something that I've been working on. So make sure you go check that out. But it's greatly appreciated for all the support, and let's get straight into the video. So there are two different sides to the work order system, and basically there is the buyer's perspective and then there is the crafter's perspective. We're going to take it from the buyer's perspective first, since that is where most people have the question. So where you can find it, there's multiple locations for where you can actually find the work order system. The main one, probably the easiest one to get to as well, is the one in Valdrakken. It is located right here, so if you have any troubles, you can mark that on your map. That is right where it's supposed to be. So you walk up to any of these NPCs and you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? Okay, all dependent on what you want. If you're looking for profession equipment, item enhancements, weapons, armor, whatever it is, it works exactly like the auction house does with the filter system as well. Okay, so let's say that we're looking for a two-handed stave. That's what we're looking for. We search up two-handed staves, and every single recipe that's available on the server is something that will show up here. Then what you do is you click on the one that you might be interested in or that you might want, and then you get this piece of UI. Now here you can basically look at what's required to craft whatever it is that you clicked on, and you can also see what are options for optional reagents. And the other thing that you have to pay attention to is whether or not it's a public order, a guild order, or a personal order. If it is a public order, when you send this work order out, when you've provided all the materials, you've given a commission based on whatever you think is good or whatever other people are posting, you can view similar orders here. That's a button you can click on if that's something you're interested in. But when you've done all of that, if it's a public order, you cannot say what this is supposed to come out as in terms of quality levels. Obviously, quality 1 to 5. If you make it into a guild order or a personal order, you can say, oh, I want minimum quality 1, obviously 1, that's the baseline, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So if that's something that you're interested in, you're going to have to find somebody in the trade chat or somebody that or something along those lines to be able to specify what you want. Picking a public order is pretty much a gamble because it depends on who actually fills it, and that's where that is, right? So that's all you can really think about. And when it comes to optional reagents, it's obviously based on what you're looking for. When it's something like weapons, you can increase the eye level with certain items. But if you're looking for something like profession equipment, well, then you can go in and say, oh, for tools, for example, you can go into tools and you can say, oh, well, I want this specific thing. I want it to have inspiration, or I want it to have crafting speed, or all of the other ones. And the same thing goes for actual armor pieces. If you want specific stats on them, you can also add missives, and that will basically guarantee what kind of stats do you want on the piece of gear. And that is basically everything that you need to know. The only other thing is, you can post it for 12, 24, 48 hours, and that's how long people have to actually fill it out. When somebody takes your order, they have 30 minutes to actually fill the order. You can cancel it anytime by going into my orders and going in here and say, oh, I'm just going to cancel it. I want the gold back. And it'll go straight into your mailbox, which is, by the way, also where finished products will be. Now, if you're looking from a crafter's perspective, you're going to have to go to the work table for whatever profession that you have. And for me, I personally have tailoring and enchanting. So you would click on the tailoring or enchanting table. And now, because my camera is so big, you will find down here at the bottom of the profession a little thing that says crafting orders. When you click on that, it'll bring up this entire menu, and you can search for any public orders. Depending on your server, there might not be any, and also, even if you're on a very large server, there might not be very many, since a lot of people want specified stuff. They're doing personal orders. But this is where you would find literally everything that you need, and you would be able to fill the order with whatever is needed. There might be something over here, the enchanting one for me. There isn't, but this is how it would look, right? It would say how big your commission is, how big the cut is after the commission cut. It would say whether or not they want to use your materials, or they actually want... That's also something that I forgot to say. With guild orders and personal orders, you can actually say, oh, I want to use the crafter's materials. So if you don't have a certain optional reagent or a bind on pickup reagent, you can ask the crafter if they have it, and you can provide probably a higher commission cut. Another thing that is really important to remember is, say that a commission is really low. These are really, really low, like 1 silver, 55 gold or whatever. But say that a commission is 1500 gold, you still have the chance of proccing resourcefulness. So when this procs, I currently have a 19.8% chance to proc resourcefulness. I basically have a chance to proc these two materials, and they will go into my inventory, which is extra gold for whatever it is that I crafted, which is really nice. It's a little extra bonus for crafters out there, and especially if some of the commissions are not great and you're using them for skill ups or something like that, or even if the commission is great, it's still great to get a little extra bonus. But that is the basic understanding of how the work orders are put together. If you guys have any questions, make sure you drop them down in the comments below. This video should pretty much go over everything that might be needed, at least as of right now. When they provide future updates and future changes, which I'm sure they will down the line, I'll make another video for this purpose in particular. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you watched this far, make sure that you type down in the comments below soup, because I just ate some soup before this video. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and until the next one, see you guys.